Hey there everyone, how are you guys doing today? I am Joe Marin and welcome to another video from MCOJ. Now in this video here today, I have another review for you guys, this time though of a Windows tablet, that tablet being the Lenovo ThinkPad 8. So guys, the ThinkPad 8 is a business-oriented, full-fledged Windows 8.1 tablet. You have an 8.3-inch 1920 by 1200 Full HD LCD IPS display. You have a 2.4 GHz quad-core Intel Atom processor, 8 megapixel rear-facing camera, pretty solid design, pretty trim body, really not too heavy. And all in all, this is a really solid tablet offering from Lenovo. Whether you're getting this for a small business or just for personal entertainment and productivity use, this is really a very solid tablet right here. Let's go ahead and take a deeper look at it, see what's great, see what's not so great. All that and more, my full review for the Lenovo ThinkPad 8. But before I go any further, please go ahead and grab that coffee cup, fill it up, bring it over, and sit on down. Take a swig from your mobile cup of Joe. Alrighty, so here we go with my full review for the Lenovo ThinkPad 8. A big and quick thank you to my friends over at Lenovo for shipping this out to me and allowing me to review this tablet for you guys here today on Mobile Cup of Joe. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with this review, and let's kick that off by talking about some design and build quality aspects of this tablet right here. So I'm going to come out and say I really like the design of the ThinkPad Tablet 8. Lenovo really did a fantastic job designing this tablet. You have an 8.3-inch display right here, so it is still kind of in that small 7-inch tablet form factor, but you do have an inch bigger screens to where it's still very portable. It's a lot smaller and easier to carry around than, say, a 10-inch tablet, but the extra screen compared to, a common 7-inch form factor, 8.3 inches is a really nice screen size here. Going up top, you do have your 2.2 megapixel front-facing camera, your little camera notifier right there, so when the camera's on, that light's going to show up. ThinkPad logo. Going on to the bottom, we have our Windows Home or Start Capacitive Touch button. Going on to the right-hand side, we will find our power/lock button and our volume rocker. And my only real gripes with the design is that the power/lock button and volume rocker are quite flush with the rest of the body. So it is kind of difficult sometimes to feel where those are and to press the right one. So if those were to stick out a little bit more, be a little more tactile, that would be awesome. That's my only real gripe with the actual design. Going on here, we have our charging port right there. Going on to the left-hand side, we have this flap right here, which we can open up to reveal option to expand our memory with a micro SD card slot. We have a mini HDMI out port right here. Going on to the bottom, we have a 3.5mm headset jack. And up top, we have nothing. Now going on to the back, this is designed out of aluminum, which gives the tablet a very premium and high-end feel, and very nice to see aluminum being used. Makes it feel very premium, very nice finish here. Going to the top left-hand corner, we have our 8 megapixel rear-facing camera with LED flash, our ThinkPad logo, and then we have some branding for Windows Pro and Intel. And then at the very bottom, we do have 2 speakers right here, which actually do get surprisingly loud. They can be relatively easy to cover up, but for the most part, they kick out some pretty decent audio. And I really love these rounded corners here on the ThinkPad 8. You can see right here, they're all rounded and tapered, very nice. Really, the ThinkPad 8 is a very comfortable tablet to hold. Although it is larger than most small tablets with 8.3 inches of a display, it is still comfortable to hold in one hand. It's not the thinnest or the lightest tablet out there, but all things considered, since this is technically a full-fledged computer because it's got Windows 8.1 Pro on here, very compact design. It's pretty thin, all things considered, again, for what kind of machine this is. And I love the aluminum design. Rounded corners feel great. It's still very easy to hold in one hand. So personally, I really do dig the design here. It's nothing revolutionary for tablets, but Lenovo obviously knows what they're doing when it comes to designing these tablets. Really got to give it to Lenovo. Really do like the design going on here for the ThinkPad 8. Now let's go ahead and talk about some of the hardware features, and we'll start that off by talking about that display. As mentioned numerous times already, that is an 8.3-inch display, and it has a resolution of 1920 by 1200, giving you a lot, really high pixel density and colors and everything. Let me go ahead and go to a horizontal mode. This is an LCD IPS display right here, so you can see right off the bat the live tiles from the modern UI in Windows 8.1 really do pop. They're very sharp, very crisp. The text is extremely easy to read. Colors are vibrant. They pop out at you from that display. Everything looks phenomenal on here. Swiping through your modern UI again, the really, really bright colors. You can go into these small text right here, and it still looks very good, very easy to read still. No complaints whatsoever about this display. It gets pretty bright too. We can go in here and adjust our brightness. It gets pretty bright as well, or you can dim it quite a bit too for some low light reading. We'll get that adjusted back again. In terms of viewing angles, I was actually surprised too. Really, really solid viewing angles. No matter what way you tilt this, you pretty much can always see the display. So Lenovo, again, did a fantastic job here with this display. I really like the 8.3-inch form factor because, again, bigger than a 7-inch form factor, so the extra 1.3 inches does give you a lot more real estate for playing games, watching movies, like getting work done, etc., but it is still a lot more portable than a big 10-inch tablet and is really a sweet spot for Windows 8 and really any tablet in general. Now in regards to processing speeds, the Lenovo ThinkPad 8 is packing in 2 gigabytes of RAM along with a 2.4 gigahertz quad-core Intel Atom processor. And you can see swiping through the modern UI is very fast. We can go ahead and hop into Internet Explorer. And from here, let's go ahead and hop into phonedog.com just because that's what's right there. And we'll hit go. We can go ahead, open up a new tab. We'll go to The Verge because that's just right there as well. While that's loading up, we can hop back over to the Motorola website, which is actually on there from the last time I was using the tablet. Hop back to PhoneDog, hop back to Motorola. We can scroll all through here very fast, very fluid. Hop back over to The Verge, and we can go ahead and open the article. You can see it's moving along very quickly right here. We'll go ahead and go home, and I'll go ahead and show you some game playing demos here on Asphalt 8. We'll go to Career. Turn this down a bit. And let's go ahead and go into the first race real quick. Now, I played a lot of Asphalt 8 on this game, or on this tablet rather. I really got into the game, and it looks beautiful on this tablet. That 1920 by 1200 HD LCD IPS display really does give you some beautiful looking gameplay on here. And I'll go ahead and show you just the raw processing power of Intel's Atom chipset here for the ThinkPad 8. So we're going off and we are racing. We're in 6th place right now, but we'll go ahead and get up there. Let's see if we can ram a car real quick. Drifting. We're not crashing yet. This is a record. We'll drift some more. You can see it's running phenomenally right here. Beautiful, beautiful colors on that display with a really high resolution. And no real lag or drop in the frame rate right now. Runs very smoothly. Really great to play, especially on a display like this. And with that processing power, really no complaints whatsoever from the processing power and the chipset here in the ThinkPad 8. Now, in regards to battery life, the ThinkPad 8 was able to actually last me a couple, 2 or 3 days of usage with it. And that included pretty heavy to moderate web browsing, some light game playing, a lot of social network checking and emailing. Really solid battery performance out of here. It's not going to be the absolute best, but with light to moderate use, you can easily get, at the bare minimum, a very full day or about 2 days of usage. Now, in regards to some of the camera aspects, go ahead and hop in here, hit allow. You do have an 8 megapixel rear-facing camera on here, as well as a 2.2 megapixel front-facing camera. Now, these do serve the purpose really just fine for video chats on Skype or taking selfies. First, let me take a selfie. There we go. Had to do that. You can go ahead and swipe from the bottom and switch your camera right here. We can go ahead and snap a few pics like so. Doing that, very simple. I mean, it's not going to be a revolutionary camera, but it does get the job done. It's certainly not the worst camera out there for a tablet. Now also would like to point out that you can also get this optional cover for the ThinkPad 8, which connects to it with this magnet bar right here. So you take it to the side and it connects like so, and it folds down like this. Well, what's really cool about this is that you have this little bendable flap right here. So say that we have the ThinkPad 8 and we are holding it and we're using it like so, and we'll go ahead and unlock it. And let's say, for example, we are in Internet Explorer. But I want to go ahead and open my camera. Well, that little flap on the back actually, as you can see right there, goes over the camera lens. So as I pull back that flap, it'll automatically open up my camera right there, which is really cool. It's just a very neat little feature I discovered, and I'm like, wow, this is really sweet. So again, this is a magnetized flap, so as you pull it back, it sticks there, and your camera is automatically brought up while you have the little flap right there. Very cool stuff. You can also use this case and to put it into, go ahead and back out of the camera. Lenovo calls it the tent mode. If you remember, that was one of the modes for the Yoga tablet, or the ThinkPad Yoga, from their convertible line of Windows 8 laptops. But you can actually stand it with this case right here. It's very nice. This magnet right here is extremely strong. So really nice accessory here that they are including and selling for with the ThinkPad 8. Now let's go ahead and get into some software. The ThinkPad 8 is running Windows version 8.1 Pro, which is a full-fledged version of Windows here. So you of course have your modern UI right here, but you also have access to, like you always do, your desktop. And since this is Windows 8.1 Pro, you can install virtually any software for the Windows operating system. So this is essentially a full-fledged computer crammed down into this small tablet form factor, and I really do dig that. Now, I've mentioned this before in other videos for Windows 8, but I absolutely love the included applications from Bing. One of my favorites being Bing Food and Recipes. This is the included recipes app for Windows 8.1, and it is easily one of my favorite apps for cooking. I do a lot of cooking myself. My mom does a lot of cooking. We cook together, and we both love this application right here. Really bright and beautiful pictures, very simple and clean layout. You can go to collections, browse recipes, and when you click on a recipe, what's really cool is that you can actually go into a hands-free mode, which will use the front-facing camera, and you can just swipe over it to browse through the recipe. You can see right there, I can just swipe over the recipe, or swipe over the camera, and it is changing the recipe right there. It doesn't work all the time, but when it does work, it is a pretty cool feature. You can see it's switching it right there. So that's a fun little feature right there. Other Bing apps do include Bing Weather, which looks beautiful as well. This is another really beautiful app right here. All the apps that Bing designs and Microsoft designs for the Windows 8 platform always look fantastic, and they really look beautiful here on the ThinkPad 8. So you can get, of course, Microsoft Office, and you can install things like Sony Vegas, iTunes, Photoshop, all that for the ThinkPad 8. And because it is a full-fledged version of Windows, that's what really makes it great for productivity. So you can be doing, say, you're on Twitter, and then you're playing Star Wars Assault Team, but you can also hop into your desktop mode at the same time and do something like video editing. And that's where the ThinkPad 8 really has a lot of possibilities, and that's what really makes it stand out from other tablets in this form factor. Now, in terms of price, the Lenovo ThinkPad 8 is currently selling from Lenovo's website for $399. And while that may seem a bit steep for a tablet in this range, again, when you consider all the possibilities you have with this, because it is a full-fledged computer really, great design, really good processing specs, beautiful screen, pretty decent cameras, great battery life, that's really not a lot to ask for this. Now, don't buy this thinking that this is going to replace, your laptop or your desktop or something. At the end of the day, this is still a tablet, but a tablet with a lot of possibilities for productivity. If you're in the market for a tablet that you want a really great display, you want to be able to play some games, stream some media, consume some content, read some books, but also get stuff done for work at the same time, I think you're going to be really pleased here with the Lenovo ThinkPad 8. Just keep in mind the ecosystem is not always there for all your apps, The Windows Store for Microsoft is improving. It is much better than it was on launch for Windows 8. But you still don't have the content offerings from something like Apple's App Store and iOS for the iPads, or the content offerings really even now on Google Play for Android tablets. But if you are pleased with the content offerings from the ecosystem in the Windows Store from Microsoft, this is still a really solid tablet. And if you know what you're looking for, if you know what you want to get out of this tablet, which is entertainment with some awesome productivity and a lot of possibilities, I think you're going to be really pleased with the Lenovo ThinkPad 8. And guys, that's going to do it for my review. If you have any questions at all, please let me know what they are down in the comments below. If you have any questions about the ThinkPad 8, or if there's another Lenovo product you'd like to see me review here in Mobile Cup of Joe, you can do all that down in the comments below. If you want to stay in touch some more, make sure to follow Mobile Cup of Joe on Twitter, where we are at Mobile Cup of Joe, and follow me personally on Twitter as well, where I am at JoeMarin1. Guys, if you liked the video, I really appreciate it if you'd go ahead and hit the subscribe button for more Mobile Cup of Joe videos, or hopefully my voice doesn't crack terribly at the end. And if you want to stay in, so hit that like button if you liked it, and be sure to subscribe to never miss a latest episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.